Welcome to episode 86 of Photoshop Lightroom TV. I'm your host, Marek Mularczyk from SAItraining.co.uk, and welcome to another week, another series of videos about Photoshop, Lightroom and photography. I hope you're following my blog, PhotoshopLightroomBridge.co.uk. If you're not, have a look on it. And I'm posting daily, Monday to Friday, with some breaks, because I do post on my personal blog as well, marekmularczyk.com/blog. I'm posting about anything Adobe related, photography and web technology in general as well. For example, recently, I think it was last week, I was posting about Fujifilm stopping the manufacturing of Velvia 100 and Velvia 50, the films, the slides. I've used Velvia in the past, they were amazing slides. We'll start to see it go, but well, that's the way it goes. Everyone's using digital nowadays. Less and less users, less and less photographers are using film in general. So we'll see them go slowly. You can still get the Fujifilm Velvia, but they won't manufacture it anymore. They should still ship it to at least the UK till the end of the year, as far as I found online. But we'll see how it goes. You definitely won't get any in the next few years because they will not manufacture it anymore. So they're just going to sell whatever they have in stock. Okay, let me start with the Photoshop tutorial, and I'm going to build up on what I showed you last week. I showed you last week how to take an image and put it inside of the image of the monitor. This time I'm going to use a different image as a device, and I'm going to show you how to put a reflection on it as well in Photoshop. Here's a sequel to the video I did last week, or just a slightly different version. I'm going to use this image here. I'm going to put it into a different device. This time I'm going to use a tablet, and it's not facing us, it's not a straight, so it's a different angle. And we're also going to keep this shadow here, or this reflection here. So first, now I've got all the images within the same document, so I'm going to copy this Dreamweaver interface image from here. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Alt-click or Command-click on a Mac on the layer panel to load this layer selection, and I'll copy it. So Edit, Copy. I'm going to deselect it, select, deselect, and I'll hide it. And now I'm going to work on the Iconia tab layer. First thing I need to do is to select the screen, and then I'm going to paste it into the screen here. So I'm going to select the Iconia tab layer. I'm going to zoom in, and I'll select it with the polygonal lasso tool. So start in one corner, I'll quickly create a selection in the other corners. Okay, I'll zoom out now, and I'm going to use Edit, Paste, special paste into, so the image appears inside the tablet. This will be the DW screen. Now I'm going to resize it. I'm going to use Edit Free Transform, and I'll hold down Control key on Windows or Command key on a Mac. I'll distort it so it matches the corners of the tablet, just like that. Can zoom in if I want to make it really precise. Okay, here we go. I'll accept it. That's the image inside the screen. Now let's do this reflection here. So I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, this will be reflection, and once again I'm going to draw a shape, the shape of the reflection. Going to draw a shape maybe like that, so it appears on the actual image as well. Here, just create a selection. I'm on a new layer. Okay, I'm going to fill it with white. Now because white is my background color, I'm just going to use Control Backspace to fill it with white. Now I can deselect it, select, deselect, and I can lower the opacity of the layer. set it really low. Okay, to make it very soft. And one more thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a layer mask, and I'm going to use the brush tool to soften the edges. So I'm going to use the brush tool. I'll use a very soft brush, hardness 0%. Okay, I'll paint with black, so I'm setting my background color to black. And I'm going to just a bit, just paint just a tad. Okay. And that's how you can put an image inside any screen and add a reflection to it as well. Now if you want to take it further, you would work on this reflection here as well. So you would put a reflection of the same image in here at the bottom. But that's just a quick few techniques in here. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial in Photoshop. Now some more bits and tips and information from the web. I have recently created a tutorial about the Adobe Exchange, and I showed you how to get free textures created by Russell Brown, the man himself, and how to use them in Photoshop. If you haven't watched it, go back, watch the video I've created. You can find it on my YouTube channel. Just search for Marek Mularczyk or MAIR13. That's how you find me online. Also, I was recently posting about the USB memory, USB flash drives, as they get bigger and less expensive, And I did some tests. You can read about it on my blog at PhotoshopLightroomTV. I ran a test using 4 USB drives. The oldest one, 2 GB drive from Kingston, then a newer one, 8 GB USB from Play.com, then another one, 32 GB Play.com as well, and 64 GB USB 3.0 flash drive from 7 Days Shop. Check the results, some pretty amazing things in there to find out more. Also, worth mentioning, Canon has finally joined the mirrorless camera market. They released the Canon EOS M, and the interesting thing is that you'll be able to use your EF and EFS lenses on this camera. However, you'll need an adapter for that, and as far as I found out online, the adapter will cost around £200. And the camera itself, the camera with the kit lens, will cost around £800 or maybe even £900. That's more or less the price of mid-range SLR of the kit lens. Because you can get Canon EOS, let's say 60D for about £1,000, but you can also get 600D for about £600, maybe £700. Okay, so have a look on PhotoshopLightroomTV to find out more. And let's jump into another tutorial. This will be Lightroom. I'll be using Lightroom 4.1 obviously, and I'll show you bits and pieces about lens correction, how to correct any faults from the lenses from different cameras, and how to synchronize it across many images. Okay, it's time for a Lightroom tutorial, and I'll be talking about the lens corrections, lens profile corrections, and synchronizing Lightroom. I'm in Lightroom 4.1, and I've got a set of images I've just taken in Dorset in southwest England. And after all the images being imported, if you go to Develop module, you can just press D on a keyboard, or you can click on Develop module picker here on the top of your screen. We're going to go to the lens correction section, and I'll show you how we can then work with the lens profiles. So I'm going to scroll down to the lens correction. Okay, there's no profile correction. Now, the images I've got in here were taken with different cameras. I've had my Fuji X10 and my Canon EOS 7D. So what you would have thought is you need to enable profile corrections for different lenses, different cameras. No, when you enable profile corrections, Lightroom will try to detect the profile for the lens and camera. In this case it doesn't, so I'm going to change the make to Fujifilm because there's no profile for Fuji X10, at least not yet. There's one for X100 and that's what I'm going to use here. It does quite a good job. You can see some, I'm not sure if you can see it on the video, but there are some, there are some differences on the edges especially. There's a slight distortion on the edges, not too much. And I've got some images with other cameras as well, so if I look through the images here, I'm just going to find an image taken with my 7D. So this would be one of these guys here. Probably this one. Let's have a look. Now this is another rough. So there's another image from X10. Got them somewhere here. Let's have a look. Here we go. This is the CR2. Okay, going to get rid of that. It's loading the image. They're all raw images. And in the lens corrections, I'm going to enable profile correction, and this time it's going to detect the profile for Canon. So click on that. Canon EOS, say the lens 24-105. And that's the profile for the lens. Okay, so the quick and easy way to apply these profiles to all images is to apply it to one, like in here. Then I'll select all the images. I'll just use Control A or Command A. Got all 95 images selected. Now I'll click on Sync. I'm going to check None, and I'll just synchronize the lens corrections and the process version at the same time as well. And I'll check Synchronize. And now Lightroom is pasting settings to all the images. So all the images have the lens correction enabled. And you can easily now move on to the other images. Okay, it's checked already by default. Just a quick tutorial in Lightroom on applying lens corrections to different images. Welcome back. This was the second tutorial in Lightroom. I hope you enjoyed it. That's it for this week. I've just got one more bit of information for you. Canon announced the arrival of the firmware for EOS 7D, the 2.0.x upgrade. Okay. This will be available quite soon, and there are loads of new features within the upgrade. So 7D this upgrade will bring in the latest features on Canon EOS 7D. For more information, visit PhotoshopLightroomTV.co.uk, and it's a post from today or yesterday, it depends when you're watching it. But from this week about it. That's it for this week. Thank you for watching. And just one more bit for you, just before we finish. I totally forgot. Now this doesn't concern photography or Photoshop, but I have just finished writing my brand new book. It's called Unleash the Power of Adobe Dreamweaver CS6. The book is available now as a digital version, as an ebook in PDF format, and you can order it right now from saitraining.co.uk. from the books page. The book will be available as a paperback soon. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm Marek Mularczyk from saitraining.co.uk, one of the UK's leading specialists in Adobe Certified training. And I hope to see you next week on next episode of Photoshop Lightroom TV. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.